Dangote's refinery poised to become world's sixth largest by 2025. Massive seizure of logistics equipment meant for a terrorist group in Mali. The Bamenda 2 Council acquires a brand new grader for the council. This and more in this newscast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us on this edition of the Primetime News on ABAKWA Television for presentation. I am Gashi Sharon. Let's kickstart the news with the Bamenda 2 Council under the leadership of Mayor Chenwi Peter, which has acquired a brand new grader for the council. Sama Wesley compiled this for the report.
The Bamenda 2 Council now boasts of a front-end loader, a truck and hillocks, and now a grader in its equipment pool. During the 2024 budget session, Mayor Chenwi Peter presented to the councillors a brand new truck, which the council had acquired. The truck, which was officially received by His Majesty for Nangwa for the 4th of Mankan, came after the purchase of a front-end loader in 2022. Speaking to the media, Mayor Chenwi Peter indicated that the purchase of a grader only comes to fulfill part of the promise he had made when he took over the council, which is to ensure that the Bamenda 2 Council has an equipment pool to facilitate the opening and maintenance of roads within its municipality. While thanking God for the successes recorded under his mandate so far, he said, I quote, "We were elected to serve, and I think as this first mandate comes to a close, we've been able to prove to our municipality that we didn't just come to loiter around." Mayor Chenwi indicated that despite the security challenges, the council has been resilient and will resist in ensuring that the citizens' taxpayers' money is put to good use in the subdivision.
Just in, tensions are rising in Cameroon as Maurice Kamto, a retired law professor and declared 2025 presidential candidate, takes a bold legal step dragging the government before the Constitutional Council. It has been scheduled to take place on the Thursday, 24th of July 2025 at 11:30 at the Constitutional Council courtroom in Yaoundé. Kamto's legal team, the Seven Swap Collective, argues that no valid electoral register exists. Despite it being a legal requirement, they are demanding that the council take urgent action, warning that if this issue is not fixed, the October election could be declared invalid. This high-stakes move could be a game changer. If the court agrees with Kamto, it might delay or disrupt the elections entirely, sending shockwaves through Cameroon's already heated political scene. We will bring you updates in the next reports. And moving forward, the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, has signed a number of decrees introducing administrative authorities. Let's get details in this report.
The Senior Divisional Officer for Kupe Maninguba Division, Mungambo Ekema William, has been replaced by the Secretary General at the West Governor's Office, Ngwae Biana Theophile. Mr. Mungambo faced serious criticisms in Mayemen village earlier this year after villagers accused him of intimidation and imposing a new chief during the chieftaincy rivalry. He has also been relentless in peace building, which has significantly reduced separatist activities in the division. In the Northwest region, the Senior Divisional Officer for Bui, Mayon Gilbert Sunday, has swapped positions with the Senior Divisional Officer for Boyo, Saidu Musa, in President Paul Biya's latest administrative reshuffle. President Paul Biya has also transferred the Divisional Officer of Tiko, Vorboy Kama Kawak Armstrong, to Njombe Penja in the littoral region, and has promoted the Divisional Officer of Njombe Penja, Sonny Clemengwe, to Senior Divisional Officer of Mayot Sanaga in the far north region. The Divisional Officer of Diabato, Ewane Roland Eke, has been transferred to Ngomo in the Mefo Akono Division, Central Region 4 months after his brutal ordeal in pirate captivity.
And let's take us to another page. The Council of Muslims, Imams and Dignitaries of Cameroon, CDMOG, has called for a national prayer conference on August 6 to 7 at the Yaoundé Conference Center that will gather over 1,000 imams nationwide to pray for peace during the October 2025 presidential election. The general coordinator of CDMOG, Musa Umaru, says it is time to entrust Cameroon into God and seek his guidance at this election period. The event will include thematic conferences to mobilize imams and traditional leaders to promote peace, unity, awareness in their communities. And moving over to the littoral region, where an 11-year-old girl accidentally set family house ablaze unconsciously, leaving oil on the stove which overheated and caught fire. Let's get details in the following report. Grief and sorrow now clouds the sky of the Zange in the Sanaga Maritime Division of the littoral region after a devastating fire destroyed an entire family home, reportedly started by an innocent mistake from an 11-year-old girl. According to local sources, the young girl was trying to fry fish late in the evening. She placed oil on a gas stove but lost concentration for a few moments. The oil overheated, caught fire, and within minutes, flames consumed the kitchen and quickly spread across the entire wooden house. The tragedy didn't stop there. The fire extended to a neighboring home. Everything was lost: birth certificates, national IDs, clothes, savings, furniture, and all turned to ashes in what is now a haunting shell of memories. This heartbreaking event has left the community in shock. The family is currently displaced with nothing left but pain and unanswered questions. And up to updates on sport, the Cameroon Football Federation, FECAFOOT, has officially received a resignation letter from Mark Brice dated July 21st, 2025, announcing his immediate departure as head coach of the national men's team. Brice's resignation, directed to the Minister of Sports, terminates the contract he signed on March 8, 2024. FECAFOOT has acknowledged the unilateral decision and is already in touch with relevant authorities to ensure a prompt response, particularly with the upcoming 2026 World Cup qualifiers and the AFCON final scheduled for December 2025 in Morocco. The Federation has also reaffirmed its commitment to ongoing reforms and modernization efforts aimed at restoring FIM's former glory. And on to foreign news, Nigerian's Dangote refinery is on track to rank as the 6th largest refinery globally for late 2025. Let's get details in this report.
The facility is expected to not only satisfy Nigeria's domestic fuel requirements, but also enable the export of surplus products such as gasoline and diesel. The ongoing upgrades are primarily aimed at enhancing critical units, including the residuum fluid catalytic cracker ROFCC, which is projected to reach full operational capacity by the end of this year. However, the project has encountered challenges, notably crude supply shortages that necessitated the import of 19 million barrels from the United States. Despite these hurdles, the refinery continues to make strides, with several units operating above their intended capacities. Aliko Dangote's overarching objective remains clear: to reduce Nigeria's fuel imports and bolster Africa's energy autonomy.
And still on international page, the General Staff of the Armies is pleased to announce the seizure of a significant amount of material intended for a terrorist organization in Mali. Suimitina tells us more.
The farmer, supported by the intelligence services of the AES, have seized an important shipment of equipment intended for a terrorist organization operating in Mali. The confiscation includes, among other things, 20 pneumatic guns with reload devices, 4,000 tubings, 3,280 pairs of rangers, 4,000 tees and 100 khaki tees, 4,040 macaroons, 1,040 boxes with the image of the terrorist group, and 20 boxes of sandals. This material, produced in an Asian country and shipped via a sub-region country, aimed at strengthening the logistics of terrorist armed groups. The operation demonstrates increased regional intelligence and increased coordination among AES members countries, with support from a sister country.
Still on news about the country, Cameroon's Customs Department has seized a large consignment of counterfeit Indomitable Lions jersey at the Douala seaport. Valued at approximately 35 million CFA francs, the fake kits are believed to have originated from China. According to the Regional of Littoral Football League president, the seizure could translate to potential revenue losses exceeding 100 million CFA francs for the Football Federation. Customs authorities have launched an investigation to identify and dismantle the criminal network behind the corporation. We will bring you details in our next reports. And ladies and gentlemen, it is on this note that we have come to the end of this edition of the Primetime News on ABAKWA Television. The news was produced by Logan Brandon, supervised by the station's director, King Wills, coordinated by the entire news desk of ABAKWA Television. For presentation, I am Gashi Sharon. Do stay in the company of more interesting programs coming up on ABAKWA Television. Thanks for watching. Good night.